This is another episode of Marriages for Grown Folks. Why do we say it's for grown folks?
Because you have to be an adult, sound in mind, emotion, and spirit if you're going to survive marriage. And I
Survive
do
it.
mean
Survive.
survive.
Thrive. You move.
Thrive and survive.
Okay. So I like to, first of all, we want
Thrive is
to
probably good.
thrive is good. Survive, I
Thrive
kind of
is
got
good.
struggle in it.
But there are struggles
Yeah,
in marriage,
there-
and
there-
I'm not trying to sell nobody no
But
waffle.
we want to brand it, and we really want to communicate it
Yeah.
to let you know that there is a season of rough growth. There is friction.
It's like adulthood.
It's
It's hard
hard.
at first when you're getting used to it. It's like, oh, I didn't know I was going to be all of this. But then you get your footing, and then you're able to just stride.
That's right. So we just want to paint the most accurate
Yes.
depiction
Yes.
of relationships content wise so
Mhm.
that you are not going into it blind
Yeah.
and that you have as much information as you can.
Mhm.
Those of you who are in relationships as well, these are conversation starters. These
Yeah.
are this is information and insight to help you on what you already know, what you're
Yeah.
already implementing. So we're speaking to a vast variety of different cultures, age groups,
Yeah.
relationship types,
Mhm.
and just we want to make sure that we cover all of those bases. There's a lot of folk watching.
Okay.
So we want to thank every subscriber.
Yes.
I saw a lady at work the other day,
Mhm.
and she said, "Marriage is for grown folks." How you? What you? What you? She said, "I'll be watching." I said, "Come on, we need to get some merch." Link in the bio. So, people are watching. Thank you for your comments, shares,
Yeah.
inboxes.
Absolutely.
We do it for you.
Yeah.
I think we need to say that we'll get started that we don't have all the answers.
No, we do not.
Every negative, just about, because I may go some places, but just about all of the negative examples that we'll use tonight, every negative side to every example that we bring up, we've
Right.
made the example, we've
Mhm.
been the characters. And so I think
Yeah.
that's why after how many years?
17.
Come on now, 17 years. We about to be old enough to vote.
Okay, we're about to be 18 in June.
Okay. So I think we've got all the preliminaries out of the way. We got to shout out our producer.
Yes.
Come on, the brains, the man behind the camera.
Yeah.
It's like innocents. They don't get a lot of shine, but
Listen,
they've
but they be doing work.
been wind beneath the.
Okay.
We've had a snowstorm here in Oklahoma, and trash ain't ran in 2 weeks. Now you think that the trash people
That is
ain't
true.
important? Trash is piling up.
Yeah.
So those
That's
who
true.
don't get public shine or those who are support,
Mhm.
they go a lot of times without notice. And so we want to
Yeah.
shout out Marcus D. Is your middle name D?
Whoop, whoop.
Marcus D. Washington.
Yes.
He's been rocking with us since
The very beginning.
season 2. Is this season? Were you editing for us in season
Mhm.
1?
A little bit.
Yeah, okay. So he's been with us for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So we need to write him a chat. So listen, I don't know if it's on there or not, but we got our Cash App on the page. People always lie and say, people have been asking us, how can we donate? Anybody asked yet, but I believe people have been asking, blowing my phone, how can we donate? How can we support? Well, even though that's a lie,
Why?
I do believe that there are those that want to. So we've got some things coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to do some things that will enhance. We really want to be virtually face to face with you and physically face to face with you to kind of get more in depth on some of these subjects that we're
Yeah.
kind of breezing over.
Yes.
Customizable.
Yeah.
People got
Make it
some
more personal.
more personal. VIP.
Dig a little deeper.
Okay.
Mhm.
Come on.
Give a little more information and insight.
Webinar vibes. I feel
Okay.
webinar vibes.
Oh, that's what you feel.
I feel webinar vibes. So this is random, but I think it'll fit.
Oh Lord.
Are you ready?
Let me hold on.
What's something that you enjoy as an adult
Mm.
that would be considered play? Play is something that you can engage in, a hobby or something recreational that you enjoy doing that you might not get enough time. The question was that I read today. This is where the question comes
Yes.
from. As a child, what was an activity that you enjoyed doing that you felt like you didn't get enough time to do it? It was cut short.
Skating.
Skate.
I
Skate.
begged my mom for some skates. She was like, girl, you don't even know how to skate. I said, I will learn if you buy me some. She bought me some, and I did not come back inside the house until I knew how to skate that day.
Skate.
Yes. She was like, don't skin your knees up. I was like, I'll put some jeans on. It's fine.
And did
Okay.
skates.
Skate.
Not rollerblades.
Skate.
Skate.
No, four.
So would you do that as an adult?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get you some skates.
Oh, that's
Can you
sweet.
skate backwards?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a while, but I used to be able to.
You remember that movie ATL?
Lean with it, pop with it, snap with it. All my ladies, pop your backs with it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. You know the world be rocking to it, to it. So do it, do it, do it, do it. Bounce with it, drop with it, lean with it, rock with it, snap with it. All my fellas, tip your hats with it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. You know the world be rocking to it, to it. So do it, do it, do it.
Forward, backwards, I could spin around.
Okay.
Yeah, I taught myself all
We
this
need
stuff.
to go see. Okay,
But
ask me.
painting too. I
Paint.
enjoy painting. Yeah, it's super
I can see
relaxing.
that, yeah. And you don't paint.
I don't do it as often as I would.
The reason why I
like.
asked
Yeah.
that question to you, and I'm asking you to answer that question, because your happiness,
Yeah.
your fulfillment, your joy, and whatever you can do to contribute to that,
Yeah.
not the other person,
Your
but
own
whatever you can.
personal
Come on,
happiness.
talk about
It matters.
So in our adulthood,
Mm-hmm.
Brene Brown wrote a book, and she did research on wholeheartedness.
Yes.
And one of the statistics, tell them, baby, you got me tell you. Tell
Go
me.
ahead. You
One of
already
the
in the
one of the
flow.
statistics that she discovered is that people who are wholehearted
Mm-hmm.
engage in what is called
Play.
play.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to play?
To me, the simplest way to describe play is doing things or carving out time to do things that bring you personal happiness.
Outside of the other person.
Yeah. It really has nothing to do with your partner. It has to do with you, because you need to have those moments to be able to like reset yourself
Yeah.
and refill your cup.
Yeah.
Mhm. Now we can do them together. Like, we can go skating together,
Yeah.
we can paint together. But if that's something that brings me happiness and is considered play for me, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be play for my partner.
Right.
So then we have to kind of give and take, because what is play for you?
Stop it. Get some help.
Well, I'll be good tonight. But we are in the kitchen, so that do mean we do have permission to cook.
We do have permission to cook.
But I'm
Music is play for him.
come on, let me tell my. So when
Yeah.
I was, I'm thinking about when I was like 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Playing drums
Yeah.
was like my number one outlet. And I remember them, I did a post on Facebook when they were about Dr. Watts, like them old hymns, and I would be pissed off when they would sing them old Dr. Watts hymns, because there was no beat to those Dr. Watts. And I was like, will y'all please sing Have You Tried You? Will you please sing something
Jesus.
upbeat? Man, I wanted them to sing something I get. So after church was over, I was dually sad, not because of the fellowship, but I was really sad because that meant that I would have to wait another week
To play.
to play drums. So I enjoy music. I
Yeah.
listen to music as a musician, not as just a general consumer. So I'll be hearing stuff in the gym.
Okay, let me tell y'all something funny. I'm gonna tell y'all two things, okay? First of
Where
all,
you going?
if you ever see him at the gym with his headphones on and he look like he really bumping some music, it's shout music, y'all.
Not just
Don't even be deceived.
not
He be on that good treadmill running like he got some beats on, and it be shout music. It's the truth. Okay, other thing.
not just. That's for treadmill, but it's true.
Other thing. He likes to listen to instrumentals. He'll listen to the song without the words. And our kids be like, Daddy, can you play it with the words? He
I want to hear the
says,
band mix.
I already know the words in my head. I want to hear the instruments.
I want to hear the band.
Yeah.
I want to hear band cam, band's audio. Yes.
Yeah.
So I may play a part back 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
10 times because
He be like, woo! Okay, wait.
run it back.
Yeah.
So music inspires me. I come alive. One of the things we enjoy together doing
Mhm.
is live music.
Yeah, listening
Going to
to
hear live music. We are sucker
Mhm.
for that
All
live.
types of music too.
God,
Jazz, orchestra, R&B.
Marcus, will you do me a favor?
little
We
bit of
put that instance out so they don't think that I got my cigar lit tonight. Yeah, yes. Come on, don't. So let's get into the episode. That was preliminaries.
preliminary.
We're gonna discuss You Make Me Happy
They do.
and the
Make me
dilemma
happy.
that we see with relationships with putting the requirement of my
Right.
happiness on you.
It really should be you add to my happiness, not you make me happy.
It's not time for the mic. I love it. Say it
I'm
again.
just
Say it
telling you.
again. Yes.
We should say you add to my happiness, not you make me happy.
Now, why is that a priority? Why is
Be-
adding to it versus making it?
Because I should already be cultivating my own happiness, number one. Number two, if you are the source of my happiness, it means if anything happens to
Come on,
you,
Richard Smiley.
if you upset me in any way, if you disappoint me in any way, then I no longer
My
have the
word.
ability to be happy.
Can we?
Just
That's
say
why
it.
I like sitting next to you in the kitchen. We need to now people's theology, people's
Mhm.
philosophy
Yeah.
updates as you experience life.
Right.
We gave, and I think that it was, if I'm not mistaken, our Jamaica episode
Okay.
when we discussed Help I Married Potential.
Ooh.
I think we started off that video by saying we are of the philosophy that marriage is not love based, it is need based. And we need to retract that statement because after further research,
I think we need to modify it.
I mean,
So you definitely do have to meet each other's needs.
oh yes,
But
based on.
what is going to be the glue in the hard seasons is the love that you have for one another.
So the reason why I brought that up is because you said that if I am already cultivating my own
Mhm.
happiness, my own well-being,
Right.
my own safety,
Yeah.
then what you do is not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But if at the core of my life, I need you because I
Mhm.
need you to add something to
Mhm.
my life that should have already been present.
Mhm.
If something happens to you, God forbid, if you die,
Yeah.
if you whatever are incapacitated,
Right.
my whole world is completely shattered.
Right.
And that should not be the case, although my world would be drastically changed
Mhm.
because I love you.
Right.
I think that when relationships are built around the foundation of I need, and I think that what you said is so good,
Mhm.
that I should have been building my own,
Right. Cultivating my
own happiness.
Absolutely.
And I think that with our culture right now, what is so hot with the 20-year-olds, even sometimes our teenagers, the misconception that this other person that I'm going to get with, here we go, is going to bring me something
Yeah.
that I am not experiencing in my own
On
self.
my own. Yeah.
Who's that saying on my own?
I don't know.
On my own.
Oh,
I see her face. I can't see her name. Dude, Pat, that's what we're come on, thing. That's what we got. That's what producers are for.
On my own. On my own.
If you are broken, it is not your spouse's or your partner's job to put you together.
Let's go. Let's go tonight. Okay, we start. That was the warm up.
It's like
Let me cut
Humpty
this
Dumpty.
stove
They
off.
said nobody could put them back together. Everybody tried,
All the king's horses.
and all the kings. did.
So let's do these three. Okay, do the first three.
What you can do. Okay. Understand ourselves. So these are things that you can do to build your own happiness.
Yes.
So if I understand and I know who and what I am, that in itself should bring a level of happiness and fulfillment.
We always
Because I know what I bring to the table, baby.
okay.
Huh.
What you
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
And then building healthy habits. So what are things that you can do to pour into yourself? So like play is one. I feel like fitness is one because it's a great outlet. Now listen, I be having to drag myself out the bed real early.
Yeah.
But when I get there, I'm so glad that I
Enjoy.
did it. It's like, okay, I accomplished something already. Let me go
Yeah.
tackle this day. It's going to be great. Like
Yeah.
I started it off right.
Yeah.
So for me, it's really good for mental health, but it's also good for your body.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
If you feel good,
Yes.
you feel good.
You feel good.
All right, I'm sorry.
Working through traumas. So whatever is broken in me, I should care enough about myself to address those things and to help myself heal those areas. And that's going to look a little different for everybody, but I am a huge proponent of therapy. Please go to therapy, please. and not like fad therapy, like, oh, I got a therapist, my therapist said. Like, do your homework, find out what type of therapist you need, make sure that therapist can give you the type of therapy that you need so that you can really heal. Because I'm telling you.
And don't be in that line.
Okay. And here's something else that I would love to express to people. People be like, oh, I'm on my healing journey. Oh, I went on my healing journey. It never ends.
Yeah, that's good.
You're in a journey for life.
Yes.
Like, you're working on becoming a better version of yourself every day, or at least you should be if you really want to feel what people call happiness.
All right now. And that was your 3. So
my 3.
these are things that you, the individual, have a sense of
Absolutely.
control over.
Yeah.
That is outside of
I like
another
that.
entity,
Yeah.
another person.
Yes. Because this is what we have a tendency to do, which I know we're going to get into it some more. If you make me happy instead of add to my happiness, I now feel like I need to have some form of control over what you are doing to make me happy. We're going to just breathe.
Just we need to air that out tonight. That's good. I think that it is key. We wrote this down that both of us, this episode, I'm gonna say sponsored. I got these points from a holistic psychologist. She's on Twitter, IG. She might be on TikTok too, but awesome page, awesome content. I thought that this was so good that we just needed to strip it straight from her page. But I think that these are good. And one of the points that she makes about understanding that the other individual is not responsible for your happiness is remembering that both of us are working together on ourselves and supporting the other.
Right.
We're working toward a common goal.
Right.
And both of us are working on ourselves.
Yeah.
And I know for us, we've said it for every episode just about that it took a long time, like years, like more than 3 years, more than 4 years to really understand and settle the argument internally that I have my own set of issues.
Yes.
And you have your own set of issues that predate
the relationship.
The relationship.
Absolutely.
Now, we say we know this. We say we understand this. But Mike Tyson said everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. When you get hit, you throw that plan out and you just start swinging.
You be dazed, like, wait a minute.
But you gotta remember, you must remember in your relationships, your platonic relationships, your romantic relationships, that both of us should be working on ourselves. And when that is one of the foundational principles of your walk with this other individual, it keeps you from pointing the finger at them in an excessive amount because you are only in control of your own person.
Right. So the arguments of, well, we wouldn't have these problems if you, we wouldn't have these problems if you.
Oh, we coming. Yeah. We coming there.
Those kind of dissolve when you take the focus off of your partner's problems and you focus on your own.
Flavor Flav, the psalmist declared.
He
wrote a song many years ago that said, Flavor Flav in the sun, public enemy number 1. And then the second part of the song decreed and declared, it was you that chose your due.
Oh,
you built a maze. You couldn't get through.
Ooh.
I'm trying to help you all I can, but I can't do nothing for your man.
Oh.
Did you know that song? You heard that song?
I'm not a fan, but it's okay.
House party. So anyway, I think that Flav has a message for us.
That is a message, though.
That the other individual can only get into it so far.
Right.
Before you have to take some responsibility for your own mess that you created. I can assist you, I can aid you, I can support you, I can encourage you, but I can't do it for you.
It was you that chose you to. You built a maze you can't get through. I tried to help you all I can. Now I can't do nothing for you,
man. And to me, what I feel like is so toxic, we chose our partner. Nobody put a gun to our head and said, hey, you gotta. We chose the person that we are in relationship with.
Now, why'd you choose them?
That's the question. If you're going to blame them for every issue in the relationship, why did you choose them?
Come on, Kitchen.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Why did you choose them? Everybody's getting something out of the deal.
Everybody. Whether we want to admit it or not.
I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving here with something.
Explain the is a misnomer of the 50-50 lie. Why is 50-50?
Ooh, okay, y'all listen, because I really despise when I hear people say that.
You 50%, me 50. I pull my 50% away. You pull.
Mhm.
Is that reality?
No,
After 17 years of
No.
being married,
no.
why is it not? Come on, tell us. Air it out.
Because
They don't
I
know.
might wake up and I only got 20% to give. And it don't mean that I don't love you. It don't mean that I don't care about you and our kids and what we're building and what we're establishing. What it means is today I only got 20.
I only got 20.
But because you love me and you care about me, you're going to show up with that 80%.
All right.
And then the day after that, you might only have 10. And I'd be like, you know what? He let me charge up yesterday. I got that 90. Let's do this. So it's never going to be 50-50. Even when people bring up this financial topic, I be cracking up, right? Because I'm going to get on my soapbox real quick. Okay, let me just jump on it right quick. I really despise the thought that it is a man's job to pay for everything and the woman is just going to sit up.
And be free.
Baby. If you get a man that's paying for everything, there is still an expectation for you to pull your weight. It just looks different than monetary. I'm just saying. If you marry a man who is doing 100% monetary, he has expectations for you to pull your weight in a whole lot of other areas.
And you need
Please
to be,
hear me.
I'm sorry, yeah.
So you need to be equipped and you need to be ready, baby. You need to be cooking stuff from scratch. And I do mean scratch, not a box of Kraft, scratch. You need to be cooking everything from scratch.
That's what
This
they need
house
to
needs to
do.
be immaculate. It needs to be an aroma coming from the house as soon as he opens the door. You need to be dressed to the nines. Your hair need to be done. Your face need to be done. Your nails and your toes, baby. Because what's the excuse?
Is there anything else you want to add?
You should be resting fully in your femininity if a man is covering everything 100%.
So you saying that if he come home, it'll be no rough feet in the bed.
No rough feet.
All right.
You need to be exfoliated. You need to be moisturized.
Legs need to be at what the legs need to be
at the door greeting him with a hug and a kiss. I'm just saying. That's my soapbox. That's my soapbox.
That's what it need. Dinner need to be ready.
Dinner need to
on
be
the
ready.
stove.
Ready.
Head in the bed.
He should be walking in to you saying, baby, how much would you like to eat tonight? I already got dinner ready. What would you like to drink with that? And you shouldn't be talking rough. You should just be soft because you should be fully in your femininity.
That's enough. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you better.
That's another episode, y'all. All right. Back on target.
So, so 50-50
Right.
in reality sounds good.
It does sound good.
The fraction is evenly distributed.
Right.
But in reality,
it
ain't going to be 50-50
right.
every day.
Every day, no.
And
Like
that's
we
normal.
had kids. I can't wake you up and say, can you nurse the baby? It's not realistic. There are areas and times and seasons in a relationship where it just can't be 50-50.
There's somebody else to do it. All right. There was a phase of my relationship when I was really working through my traumatic experiences and or pain.
Mm-hmm.
And you would have to constantly remind me, this is key.
Mm-hmm.
I am not your enemy.
Right.
And I think that is another key before we get into what the partner can do.
Right.
We have to remember that we are on the same team.
Yes.
Then we've got to remember that both of us are working on ourselves.
Yes.
But it is key to
Mhm.
understand we on the same team.
Right.
Because the enemy
Mhm.
or our pain
Right.
on the inside says this person is against me.
Right.
This person, and that could be true in some. We ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking to those of you who are in relationship that you know that other individual has your best interest at heart. Everything may not be perfect, but you know that they are down for you.
Right.
We have to understand, that we're on the same team.
Mhm.
And when I was working through things that were coming up from my past,
Mhm.
one of the things that she helped me with in regulating is she reminded me verbally,
Mhm.
wait a minute, I see you elevated. I see that you are being triggered right now. I see something is really deeply bothering you. I want you to know that I'm here.
Mhm.
I'm present. We're working through this together.
Mhm.
I am not your enemy.
Right.
Those simple 5 words, those words meant so much in that time because it really disarmed me because everything on the inside of me and even my external body was showing signs of defense. When your hands are balled up, when your arms are sweaty and you are on the defense mode, nothing can progress.
Right.
Nothing can build. Nothing can go in if there's so those
nothing
words
can be established unless both of you guys come to the table
Come on.
ready to hear and listen.
So practice that if you have never used it. If you are in a relationship with an individual, or you yourself might need to tell the other person, hey, can you just tell me when you feel like I'm going there, when I'm being,
Yeah.
just tell me you are not my enemy.
Right. Or if you know that you have injured your partner in the past and you are working to rebuild those areas,
Come on, wisdom.
sometimes those words of encouragement can help put those blocks together again.
I love it.
Mhm.
So wise.
Thanks.
Okay, so holistic psychologist, shout her out.
Yeah.
We'll put her handle in the notes.
Okay.
They call it show notes. These are 6 attributes. We'll run through these. What your partner can do. We've
Mhm.
established that it's not your partner's responsibility to make you happy,
Right.
to bring you happiness.
Right.
But these are 6 characteristics, things that your partner can do to aid, to assist.
Mhm.
Give us number 1.
Number 1, help you feel safe by regulating their emotions and allowing you to share your feelings. So, if you know that the person that you're in relationship with is working through things internally and trying to become a better person, if a trigger for them is like you elevating your voice, you know, doing all of this out, then just being mindful of that to help them while they're helping themselves is super important. So if they express to you, you know, babe, it makes me feel really defensive when you do all of this extra talking with your hands, when you elevate your voice. Simply by changing those things, now you're fostering an environment where both people feel safe. And it doesn't mean that you can't have hard conversations, because you definitely can. It just means, okay, now my approach is going to be different because I love you and I want you to feel safe whenever we're having a conversation. So if you need me to make adjustments that is not going to cause me any harm, of course I'm going to do that for you.
I want to add some attributes that I'm thinking about as you listed number
Mhm.
1 that also can fit into deregulating
Mm.
the other person.
Okay.
Some things that the partner can do that's supposed to be regulating.
Mhm.
So like cussing.
Mhm.
Some people may say that, you know, when you get upset, just don't be cussing.
Mhm.
So the person who's supposed to, if you're upset and I'm supposed to be regulating you, then I can't be cussing at you. I can't
Right.
be, or me shutting down
Mhm.
or insinuating disapproval. There was one stage of our relationship where one of us was saying something to the other one, and verbally we didn't say anything, but non-verbally it was an insinuation of
Mhm.
this is.
Mhm.
So even that can communicate to the person who is in a deregulated state
Right.
that I'm not safe,
Yeah.
that your intonation, and that takes a lot
Still
of work.
showing disapproval.
It's
Yeah.
showing a lot of disapproval, and that
Mhm.
takes work on the part of the individual who is trying to aid and
Right.
assist this individual. You just
It's
want
an
to
opportunity for growth. If you look at it like that, it doesn't seem like, oh, this is so cumbersome. You need this and you need this and you need this to feel safe, like all of that, versus saying, I love this person and I want to make sure that they
get
succeed.
everything you need.
So because I want them to succeed, if there's something that I can do to aid them,
I
I'm
can't
willing
hit
to do it.
nobody. My mama got me a tutor. She said, I want you to, she after about the 5th time, she said, you ain't applying yourself. She said, you know what, let me get my baby some one-on-one help.
Clearly, he needed a little help. This past
My
applying.
mind is ate up. So she got me a tutor.
Yeah.
And so that is an expression of someone who is saying, I can't do it.
Mhm.
I don't understand fraction, PEMDAS. I don't understand all that they got going on.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put you in the room with somebody
Yeah.
who can.
Yeah.
I'll pay for it,
Mhm.
but I can't make you.
Yeah.
So I still had to apply myself.
You did.
I just needed someone to break it down.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 2, repair. These are things that your partner can do to aid you in your happiness,
Mhm.
support you.
Mhm.
Repair is, she said, acknowledgement of what has happened. There are people that are in relationships that we know that injury has occurred, and the other individual is simply saying, can you just acknowledge
Yeah.
what you did?
Right.
Can you just say, I seen the messages, I seen the photos, I seen the hotel stuff. I'm trying to think of some
Oh,
outlandish stuff.
Lord.
I seen the receipts. You said you was some, but your Apple AirTag, you'll find me. Some of y'all, if you out here playing games, I need you to understand. You make sure
Don't do
that you're
that.
not out here playing games.
Okay, thank you.
But if you want a family plan and you have to Find My, the only thing the other person got to do is just go on that Find My app and find out if you really where you are, where you say you are.
Mhm.
Now, Apple got smart and put that little tracker. So if someone put an AirTag in your car and it's not connected to your phone will say there's an AirTag
Yeah.
following you.
Because crazy people is trying to kidnap
That's all I'm
folks.
saying.
Yeah, that's
I'm desperate
crazy.
times.
Lord.
So acknowledgement, we would be surprised on how far and
Yeah.
how much healing can happen
Yeah.
when acknowledgement takes place. And so if you are the individual who is with someone
Right.
who is trying to develop in their happiness,
Mhm.
this is something that you can do to help aid them is
Yeah.
acknowledge
Yeah.
this is what happened. This is what my contribution
Right.
to it is.
Mhm.
Even though I'm not the one who originally injured you
Right.
in this area, I can acknowledge the fact that I have aided.
Yeah.
So even though you were traumatized, I added some
To that.
things to that
Yeah.
trauma. And I want to acknowledge that
Mhm.
although I can't fix it for you, I
Right.
will help and aid
Yeah.
in your healing process
Yeah.
so that you can get to happiness. Because if you're
Yeah.
happy,
Then you gonna be
all right,
happy.
I don't
And
want to be
vice
in the
versa.
house with nobody miserable.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so that's repair. Acknowledge what happened, apologizing, committing to do better in the future. She said that repair builds connection after hurt.
Mhm.
Repair builds connection after hurt.
Yes.
Okay, last point. Is so many couples that are in the world today
Mhm.
that there has been an
Mhm.
injury.
Yeah.
And that injury is in the bottom, is in the foundation
Mhm.
of that relationship. And every time you think that you've made progress,
Right.
this unresolved issue in the
Comes to the
foundation of the
surface.
relationship keeps coming up.
Yeah.
So movies, songs, if somebody cheated in the movie and he look over at you like, So you better just deal with it. So he trying to give you some tea that's gonna help you move from that. So you had to get that look when that song come out. There was a stage in our relationship where I would say, "Babe, we saw that movie," and she would say, "You might have seen that with one of your other hoes." No, what are you talking about? One of your exes? You ain't seen it. You must have seen that with one of your other women. I saw it with you. Okay, that's how she now go. Come on. So number 3.
Number 3, support your partner in making better choices.
What you mean?
I like that. Because honestly, it's not, I feel like people will process that incorrectly. It's not about you saying, well, babe, you should do A, B, and C. But if you are noticing that I'm making changes and the choices that I'm making, they're helping our relationship grow healthy, just acknowledging that, just saying, I noticed that you did that today. And that's really
Mhm.
good. That's gonna encourage me, like, oh, okay, it's making a difference. Let me keep moving in that direction. I like that response. I like that affirmation.
Come on, some
Okay, I like that
encouragement.
he noticed it. Okay,
Support. Yeah.
it makes you feel supported.
Oh,
So although I was doing it for myself, the fact that I'm like, oh, well, he noticed that too.
that's
So
right.
it's also affecting him. So that means it's helping our relationship.
So if her back or his back is getting wide
Oh,
and you're the cook of the house, you might add some healthy options into that's also so. You know my
I
back
feel
line.
like you coming for me because I cook.
And you didn't, baby, everything you make is good. I had no complaint. My gut is getting
That's
out.
what I'm saying.
My gut is
Your
getting out of
back
control.
is enlarging.
Boy, my back has been out.
But listen, I have been cooking healthier for you for that reason.
And I appreciate it. I'd rather eat at home
Yes.
than eat out here in the fast food. So, I started working out. If you remember, I started working out because you started working out. So initially it was, I'm just going to support you.
Right.
And I want to see what that thing looked like at the gym. So I have a couple of motivators where I go work out.
You did have some motivation.
One is the
He
view.
was like, okay, let me go with you.
The
Let's see
view.
what you in here doing.
The
I said,
view.
okay, come on.
The gym view. So I can't even go ahead. So I got involved
Right.
and ended up falling in love with the fitness journey.
Yeah.
I'm still working on the plate, but exercising. I enjoy exercising. My back is getting big, but I enjoy exercising. Somebody told me the other day, you need to push back from the plate. You're getting a little big. They ain't seen me in a while. I said, mother, only reason for giving you a pass is because you're old. Because if he was my age, I would have had something. I had to come back for you. But it's true. So that was an example of my support. And I enjoy it. So I go without you. Sometime when you can't go, I'm in there
That's true.
enjoying myself
That's true.
and vice versa. So
Absolutely.
support,
Support.
even if it's sacrificial.
Mhm.
Okay, number 5, giving the other individual grace. We're going to come back to this.
Oh.
But giving grace,
Okay.
I like to call it giving the benefit of the doubt. Ooh,
Mhm.
we about to jump into the next phase. The next phase is going to be good.
Okay.
But giving grace, everybody has bad days.
Mhm.
On those, as she listed earlier, on the day that she might have 20%,
Right.
that would be a day that I would have to give her grace.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for so sometimes when I go in the refrigerator and eat something that's hers, and then she'll come home and say, who drank my apple juice?
I don't even have to ask.
Who drank my apple
I
juice?
already know it's him.
I used to, you gotta, after 17 years, you can't fight everybody. We coming to it in a second. So what I do now is just say, I'll drink it. I'm sorry, baby. You know, eat whatever kind of crow I need to eat. But when there is something that is mine, that she has consumed, my deodorant or a shirt of mine or a hoodie of mine, I'll just simply say, you know what? I'm not going to do you
He did.
like you
I
did
like
me.
to wear his clothes.
Yeah, I don't mind. So I just, the old saints sing a song that said, send it up some timber.
But listen, let me tell y'all, let me give y'all the backdrop
We don't
though.
need no backdrop. Come on, moving on.
I'm not that person that just buys me a snack and I don't get him something.
That's not the
I'll on purpose get him exactly
That's
what
not-
I know he
that's-
wants, and then I'll get what I know I want.
You messing up my story.
And then he'll eat both. See, that's what y'all missing.
We doing this. Okay, we got 5 and 6, and then we're going to give you 7. Maybe we'll pause it. We'll see. Marcus, we'll let you decide. We got another segment. Okay, we almost there.
Number 5, knowing when you need space. Woo, that's so true.
This is wisdom, right? This lady,
It
she dropping bars.
is. Mhm.
Okay, tell them why.
To me,
This is so
it doesn't
wisdom.
matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert. Every now and again, people need space to just recalibrate themselves. If you had a crazy day at work, don't come home and immediately just try to hop into your regular routine because you're going to be snapping on folks. And it ain't got nothing to do with nobody in your house. So wisdom says, okay, I just need a minute. So that might be you come home and say, y'all, I know we normally catch up. I know we normally are cooking dinner. I know whatever. But I need like 10 minutes to just reset. You know what? Today I'm just going to go shower first.
That's why
And I'm
y'all
just
sit in
gonna
the
sit
driveway when
down.
you get home. I'm sorry.
That's true. Or if you know you don't have that time when you get home, because some people have smaller kids, they have other stuff, other
got a chance.
responsibilities that are pulling on them where they don't get that chance immediately. Take the long way home. If it's nice outside, roll the windows down.
J. Drew Shears
Put
got
on
a
some
song
music
called-
that you actually enjoy that's for you and just be like, okay, whew. I know today was crazy, but what is it that I could be grateful for or thankful for? I remember one time my therapist said, instead of harping on that, why don't you look out your window and see what you can enjoy? Look at the birds, look at the trees, look at the wind, look at the sun shining. And I had to sit there like,
Missing out.
I'm missing so many things that could be bringing me joy because I'm in my head over processing stuff.
And that's why you got to have something that you do, that you enjoy, that you don't need that other person. My brother, he watches football, and he'll tell his wife, listen, from 2 to 5, whatever you need me to do, from the morning I get up until 1:59, I'll do it. When 2 o'clock comes, don't call my name. I don't want the kid. Everybody, leave me the hell alone because I'm watching the football game.
Yeah.
Even if they win or they lose, don't bother me.
Yeah.
This is reset time. You gotta have enough self-esteem
Right.
to tell the other individual who might have a fit initially about that time and articulate it. Listen to me. I'm gonna give you what you want.
Right.
I'm gonna give you what you want in quality. When it's time for mine, don't come bothering me.
Okay.
That's why
'Cause
she said I'm buying what he want because I don't want you all over in my stuff.
that right there.
Fair is fair, Tommy. So, and sometimes people are just hungry. That's why I put that hamburger there. She was asking, why you got the hamburger in there? Some people don't have no serious conversation with somebody who likes hot wings and tacos. You're going to have to feed them first. Some of y'all got a wife, got a husband, and you don't know what do I feed it? With tacos. That's what you feed it. If they're hangry, you're not going to be able to have a productive conversation, and their stomach is screaming. That's gospel. I can't preach to nobody whose stomach is growling. We got to first settle the immediate need. If
I get hangry, y'all. I gotta eat something. I just keep a snack in my purse so that I can regulate my own emotions. Cause I be looking like, why is y'all talking to me? You don't hear my stomach? Feed me first.
Okay, I'm about to crash out. if they're backed up sexually, ooh, yeah, I mean just on brick and just it's cobwebs and all of it. They're not gonna be able to hear what you're talking about that is trivial because they need a release. Some arguments, Marvin Gaye had it right on what he says, sexual healing. Some people just need it. There are people that you work with. You just gonna sing it, Marvin. There are people that you and I work with. We ain't gonna use you as an example because you may not be there in your journey. But there are people that you work with that you can just tell when they on ATL.
You just need to have a real good orgasm.
What's his name on ATL? Uncle. He said, Rashad got some cutty last night. He said, wait a minute. Anybody supposed to get some cutty? It's supposed to be me. Both of the nephews got some cutty the night before, and he was mad. He said, I work, I pay the mortgage around here, I got a one bowl rule in effect, and if anybody's supposed to be getting the draws, it's supposed to be me. He was mad.
But the nephews didn't care that he was mad.
Y'all didn't
got cutty the night before.
Y'all didn't watch
it. They was still sitting at that table. Like, all right.
Now listen, so Rashad had an issue with his uncle about his involvement in his life, but his uncle was down about his career. What did he say? I'm a janitor. He was mad about the state of his life.
Yeah.
So there was nothing that they were going to be able to accomplish in conversation because he was horny. He couldn't find a compatible mate because he was a janitor. And them boys around here
with 2 kids. And they wasn't even his kids. Yeah.
So all I'm saying is
being made
give her some good, hot, quality sex. Give him some good, quality sex. Turn it around. Let me get my mic on. Turn it around for me.
Around for me.
Okay, top part 2.
You ain't got no cutty. If anybody gets some cutty, this house supposed to be me, okay? I gets the booty around here. I gets the draws. I gets the booty. I gets the trim. I'm the one supposed to be getting cutty in this house because I'm a grown-ass man. I'm supposed to get the cutty, not y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Uncle Joe, me.
If that individual is sexually deprived, you might have a better chance of presenting your case.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Oh, you're going to go there.
If the basic needs are not met, we are not going to the next level.
Oh, you're going there.
And food, shelter, and sexuality are all in that base level. Go look it up if you doubt me. Just saying.
Okay, we
gotta take care of the basics.
Come on, we got a class.
Elevate to the other one.
Number 6, knowing when to pick your battles.
Ooh, tag me in.
And what battles to pick.
Ooh, tag me. Woo! Y'all, I was very distracted. Because listen, I was ready to go to battle every day about every little thing.
Wake up ready.
Okay. I really did. But it was so unproductive. It did not produce anything that I thought that it would. So what I had to learn really quickly was that everything is not worth picking apart. There are several things that you should just extend grace on. So that when there is something that arises that's like a red flag, you can be like, okay, wait. This right here, let's dialogue about this. Why are we doing this? Where did this come from? Were you taught this? Like, can we negotiate? Can we come to a compromise? Because I'm not okay with this. Yeah. But if you are always just poking at, they can be like, I don't want to hear it. So when it is something that's really serious to you, it's going to be hard for your partner to hear you because you've already deafened their ear because you've complained so much and for so long.
How long you been married? You got not only have you been married double digits, you got wisdom. I know some folks that been married double digits, they ain't got no wisdom. You got some wisdom on you. Listen. That is so true. I like what you said about deafening. If you sound the alarm,
right?
I'm thinking about the boy who cried wolf. I'm
Yeah.
also thinking about in our police, I think it's an ambulance.
Mhm.
They've changed the tone of some ambulance sounds because people were
Our ears have
disregarding.
already gotten acclimated to that sound, so it doesn't set off an alarm. Oh, it's an emergency, or oh, something is going on.
So I hope these points aided. I
Mhm.
hope they helped. I hope they can start a conversation within
Mhm.
yourself, start a conversation with you and the individual that you're with, a
Yeah.
preparation
Yeah.
to take some kind of steps. Follow the holistic psychologist. It's a dope page.
Mhm.
I'm always, she's just sound. I don't think I've seen anything on her page. I was like, I'm rocking with that.
Yeah.
So very good, holistic information from a psychologist, from a
Mhm.
mental health standpoint. And we are about that life.
Yes.
Okay. 5 minutes.
Okay.
Marcus, we might need to we have to reel this up. Okay. So 5 minutes. These are indicators that your ship
Or your plane.
is about to go down.
About to
Both of them go down.
crash.
About to crash out.
You are a nut.
Okay, but in all seriousness, the movies.
Y'all don't know by now, his life has been significantly impacted by movies.
I love movies. Man, listen, straighten up, that's right. So this is important because I see relationships
Mhm.
as a airplane or a ship.
Mhm.
There's a captain, there's or a co-captain. However, I know y'all modern versus
A pilot and a co-pilot.
pilot and
Always.
co-pilot. And sometimes if it's a Cessna, it's a single. But anyway,
That's true.
so you've got people on your ship, you've got people on your plane,
Yeah.
and if that check engine light,
Mhm.
oil pressure, those indicators
Loss
come
of
up on
air
the
pressure.
dashboard, loss of air pressure,
Mhm.
those are indicators that something is wrong and it needs to be
Yeah.
addressed. One of the things that we've seen in our relationship and that we've seen in relationships that we've sat with is that we have overrode the dashboard. And so you'll check the tire pressure on your car is
Low fuel light, no fuel light. You keep cutting
EPS,
down.
airbags,
You're gonna be on
and
the
you
side
just
of the road.
in one day. It may not be today, but one day, if you
Yeah.
don't address that dashboard,
Right.
you're going
That
to
engine gonna lock up on
that
you.
engine, and then you're going to do something. So these are some indicators that you can look for
Yeah.
to know that you're losing altitude,
Ooh,
that there's a leak in the ship,
I like that.
or that the plane is going down.
Yeah.
So we're going to run through these. There's
Okay.
7 of them. Let me go first. You go
Yes.
first. Okay. Let me go first.
Yeah.
Miscommunication that festers into resentment.
Ooh.
It's long, but miscommunications
Mhm.
that fester,
Mhm.
there will be miscommunications, but how you
Absolutely.
know that it is an indicator that you get ready to start losing altitude or the ship is getting ready to start sinking is when that miscommunication that seems simple
Mhm.
festers into, okay, so that indicates that there's a lack of understanding in the relationship,
Mm.
that it has sat there for so long, unaddressed,
Mhm.
unacknowledged, that now I am harboring ill feelings towards
Mhm.
you because of a simple misunderstanding. And that goes back to our last point about giving grace.
Right.
If grace is present,
Mhm.
then I'm not going to take it as a malicious act.
Mhm.
We're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2, resolve or understanding in grace. Is it a deal breaker? So is what you're doing in that moment life or death? If your partner does something small, and even if it's not an external response, but internally you like live it, then you got to kind of reassess. So if I come in the room and you left a pair of socks on the floor, that shouldn't take me to a 10.
Mm-hmm.
But if it does, then I have to look at okay, well, what's the real root to this? Because I'm not mad about a pair of socks.
Mm-hmm.
That's not life or death. So what is really causing that? What have I been walking over and ignoring that's building
There you
up
go.
like a volcano ready to explode? And now I'm about to explode, but I'm saying it's about socks. And your mate is like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Why you that mad about some socks? Some socks? What's really going on?
And if you're going to bring it up, I'm talking about big things,
Mm-hmm.
be prepared to do something about it.
Oh, have
I
a
mean, if you go,
resolution
if you
or a
go,
suggestion or an idea. Don't just come to the table
I can't
complaining.
hear nobody.
You in a partnership.
Come on, I need solutions.
Okay. What we doing
What
about
we gonna do
it?
about it?
Okay.
Okay, let's do 6, and I don't like numbers. Running the list. Now this is an indicator of
Mm-hmm.
how you can tell the plane is going down, the
Mm-hmm.
ship is sinking, it's
Yeah.
losing
Mm-hmm.
altitude, water is pouring in
Yeah.
to the bottom compartment of the
Yeah.
ship, and you're slowly sinking.
You hear the
Titanic,
iceberg.
it's getting
Yeah.
Titanic. It's getting, is when you start running. What does run the list mean? Run the list means when there is an absence of grace, when there's an absence of the benefit of the doubt, and you say, I'm sick of your, and you start listing
Mm-hmm.
everything in the relationship that you don't like that that individual is doing.
Right.
You're dirty, you don't wash, you
Mm-hmm.
make love, sorry, I don't like your family, your hair is uneven.
Mm-hmm.
You start listing every negative thing.
Right.
That is, now it's not too late. But there's one engine is out. You trying to
The
pull up the
plane
lever?
is smoking.
It's going
It's
down.
smoking. And the oxygen done dropped out for all the passengers. Like, it
Yeah.
might not be
Now,
good.
let me say something. Done. Now, if it's there,
Mm-hmm.
you have to call mission control.
Yeah.
You got to call somebody
You got to
who
sound the
knows
alarm.
what to do. You got to
Yeah.
embrace the passengers. Hey,
Yeah.
listen, I don't know if we go. You got to say, got to get on the intercom and say something
Mm-hmm.
to the kids. Listen, things that because what you're trying to do is you're trying to sound an alarm that what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this, passengers.
Yeah.
This ain't normal.
Right.
And we really don't do that as parents. We'll just live over and try to
Right.
hide it. These kids know, and if they don't know, they feel
Mm-hmm.
and they sense.
Right.
And if you don't want what's crazy right now in your current state of relationship to
Yeah.
be normalized from your children, you
Yeah.
got to tell them, we working through something. Ain't none of
Right.
y'all business, but just understand what we're doing is
Yeah.
not the way to handle it.
Right.
We got some stuff
Yeah.
slamming doors ain't.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm just.
And can I also say this? Like, when your plane is going down, throwing out a whole bunch of false hoods, it's not helpful.
What's up? What you mean? Like what?
I'm sick of you. I'm leaving.
Oh, no.
I'm out. I'm going to divorce you.
I don't think we've ever.
And then an hour later, you laid up in the
You
bed.
want some
Why are
cutty?
you
You
here?
want some cutty?
No, you better not. Not if
Okay.
you talk to
Then
me
you might be
crazy like
divorced.
that. Oh,
That's called a boundary. That's it. Come on, boundary. That's called a boundary. Oh. You want some cutty now? Well, just 5 minutes ago, I was everything but a child. Now you're gonna get some cutty, but you're gonna have to fix that. You're gonna have to apologize. I didn't like the way you talk to me, and everything is dry right now. And the only way you're gonna get some
if you want the river to flow,
cooling water.
you can't be building a dam all day.
Marty, you got me in a hot. Okay, that was good. And last,
Ooh.
okay, we got jealousy,
Mhm.
distrust. I want you to do the last one. We already listed. Sexless.
A sexless relationship is
That's-
definitely an indication that the plane is crashing. Because, okay, I'm trying to say it very PG-13.
I want to see how you gonna say it, PG.
Okay, guys. So, a big part of a marriage is your sexuality. Like, you are committing to taking care of that person's sexuality, and they're committing to taking care of your sexuality. So, if you are in a sexless marriage, you kind of got to call into question, why are we married? Because you have relationships that you give into with several people in your lives. But what makes it different in marriage? One of the big things that makes it different is that I'm intimate with you. I'm not intimate with all these other people I'm in a relationship with. So if you are not meeting that need, baby, then who gonna meet the need? Because the need is still there.
I don't play that.
The need is still there. That's all I know how to say. The need, if you choose to not give me what I
I can't
need,
hear no.
don't be upset if I go somewhere else and get that need met. I'm just saying. And people like to think that it's just that it's just for the men, but it's not.
Come on.
It goes both ways.
This.
If I have a you childish for that. If I have a need, I need you to meet it. And you promised that you was gonna take care of it.
So I think
Saying,
well,
just
we
saying.
were supposed to have a Valentine's Day episode. If we're going to deal with regarding sexuality. and we had a power outage in the whole neighborhood. So
Yeah.
but we might do it because there's a lot of nuances to that.
Yeah.
There are things that happen in the relationship in our control, outside of our control, that do
Right.
affect sex or the lack thereof.
Right.
And we don't want to be insensitive to that, but it is still true that needs are exactly what they are.
There are health reasons why you may go through a
Nah, I
season
ain't talking
where
about
it's
health.
sexless.
I
We're
ain't
not talking
I
about
ain't
that.
talking about the health.
We're talking about two healthy individuals
Mm,
that are functioning properly in their body,
yeah.
but they are choosing to not give or to withhold
Yeah.
because of what they feel inside about the other person.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
We got to talk about that.
If you mad and you like, well, I just ain't gonna give him none, that's childish.
Or her now.
Have a conversation. Why am I mad at you?
Mm.
Why are you mad at me? Let's talk
Right.
about it.
We can't just keep having kids on
Some
top
people
of it.
do.
Oh,
Some people like angry sex though.
that was the no. She decoded now some people do have I'm gonna talk my noise,
Yeah.
and then we ain't gonna talk about it in
Yeah.
the bedroom. You
Yeah.
like to be grabbed up, you like to be choked and all that.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, that's your thing.
But don't be destroying a relationship
Okay.
because that's your thing. Just open your mouth and say, I like it when you a little more
Let's just
aggressive.
acknowledge it. Just say that.
Just say
Instead
that.
of hurting each other.
Right. I don't have to damage you emotionally, physically, and mentally to get what I want from you in the bedroom. I can just tell you, hey,
You just take a sex test.
enjoy when you do A, B, and C. There you go.
That way nobody's feeling violated.
Right.
Everything is mutual. Everybody
Yeah.
still has their safety and
Yes.
their dignity
Right.
after it's over.
Yeah.
But it is really common that
Mhm.
there are individuals that don't like the temperament of the other individual,
Yeah.
and to bring that out of them consciously and subconsciously or unconsciously,
Mhm.
there will things that will happen that they will do
Yeah.
to invoke that.
Yeah.
Y'all, we didn't say it all. I'm telling you, it ain't nothing. There's nothing that happened in relationships that we ain't had to
Haven't
sit with.
seen. Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
So,
Everything.
I hope this was good. We hope this was good.
Yeah.
We gave a lot of information this episode. This might be like a 40-minute or so episode, but I think it was good.
Yeah.
So this is why we always say, like, marriage, it really is for grown folks.
Yeah.
Like it, subscribe, inbox it to
Share.
somebody. I hope the plane analogy wasn't too much. If you've watched to this point, subscribe.
Yes.
Create a YouTube account and subscribe
Yes.
so that you can stay up to date with what's happening in these new
Absolutely.
episodes. You did good. You was on it tonight. You was just the flow was just there. It's probably because we wore black together. It's
Okay.
probably was on the same page. So we love y'all, and we'll see you next episode.
Marriage is for
Marriage
grown
is for
folks.
grown folks.